drinking way too much, and I'm way too gonna drive. I got anger in my chest, I got millions on my mind, and you didn't fit the picture, so I guess you want the...
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we've got a pair of running backs who are hoping for plenty of touches come their way. It's Rob Kelly's Redskins going up against Jordan Howard's Bears.
All right, thank you much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Washington Redskins. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Looking for Pryor long. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And they're going to go soft on the corners. The drive will start with an option going left. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Trubisky now off the bootleg, rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
NFL teams last year a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. Here's Trubisky rolling to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. So Washington coming out for their next drive on offense. You look back, Charles, in 2017, 7-9 for the Redskins. 3rd place in the NFCs and missed the playoffs for the 4th time in the last 5 years.
Yeah, they've been just good enough to be in the hunt, but rarely have they gotten over the top, as you noted, missed the playoffs 4 out of the last 5 years. Offensively, in 2017, their offensive line was a mess. I mean, they were playing guys out of position, 3rd-string guys up from the practice squad, just trying.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Terrell Pryor, 35 yards. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Will Compton coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky flushed out right. And this one complete to Marcus Wheaton. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 48 yards. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Trubisky to throw. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They run with Howard. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, you're expected to come after the quarterback. But in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive player, so he can't get outside of you.
Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. But before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terrell Pryor with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
Can't go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999 where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. On the right side, this is Miller. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
They'll roll him out right. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On first down, they run with Howard. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard, 30 yards. And the Bears have cut it to within a score.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. They go play action here on first down. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Chicago's offense getting set to take over, and it's a crew, not only offensively, but defensively, obviously, collectively. The 4 straight last-place finishes. That's what they're facing as they enter 2018. Now, if there's a silver lining, I guess, they did go from 3 wins to 5 wins last year.
But you're really exciting the fans on that one, aren't you?
I was reaching.
Look, they finished number 10 on defense in the league, which was really somewhat remarkable because they had a number of injuries on all 3 levels, and somehow they fashioned that together. But Mitchell Trubisky, their rookie quarterback, who played well in spurts, they've got to surround him with talent, and a number 1 receiver would be a great place to begin. Because right now, the guys playing the perimeter, they're not going to give you very many game-breaking plays.
Play action. Now Trubisky being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. The play clock's running down. Second down, Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That was second down throw for Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be third down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. They go play action. Cousins flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Well, I've got to give him some credit there. He tried to sell the out route, tried to sell it hard. And as a receiver, what you're really trying to do is maneuver a defender inside to give yourself a little more cushion breaking to the out. But how about the defender reading it really well, not buying the fake or the maneuver inside, and getting to the sideline and helping break up the pass?
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Cameron Meredith, 96 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now Marshall. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs, and let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. To throw, Cousins, eluding, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Pernell McPhee. In there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a leg.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Redskins scoop it. And he's got some space here. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. That is caught inside the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Cousins now on 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you. They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Well, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run it in with Marshall. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Now, this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So it's an old-school extra point, but certainly a disappointment that they couldn't get 6.
Yeah, when you see 19-yard field goal in the box score, you kind of shake your head. But their head coach decided 3 was enough.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? When they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
It's brought in by Kevin White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Howard. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go!
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
We have so many different terms for 3rd down, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and manageable. How about 3rd and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the 1st down.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 41 yards. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he'll get blown up behind the line of of scrimmage, back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Marcus Wheaton from 6 yards away. And the Bears have taken the lead. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And now running right through it. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The backup Rob Kelly, his first carry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. From the gun, here's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doctson. And it's third down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
The Redskins on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Play action now. Cousins. Looking for Pryor long. Push. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Terrell Pryor on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. These 2 teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. This is Howard on second down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. First down now, but the clock continues to move. On first, they go right back to Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more yards that go around. A first down is
Jordan Howard, and when we talk about fresh legs, how about 2016? Jordan Howard, the #2 rookie rusher. Heck, the #2 rusher in the NFL behind another rookie, Ezekiel Elliott.
In the first 3 weeks of the season, he only had 12 carries, so once week 4 hit, really found his groove. They go play action. Trubisky. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground. 23 yards on the play. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. Hauled in by Wheaton over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
This will be caught inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The pigskin on the 7-yard line now. It's first and goal. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is, that is going to be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So out now come the Redskins. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. He's going to fire one deep over. And got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now Cousins on the move to his left. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Davis. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
The Redskins on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Looking for Pryor long. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terrell Pryor, 47 yards. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And, oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Now it's Trubisky. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And his throw here is incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And it's 3rd and 4.
Well, so many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
Yep, as a result, knocks it down. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go now.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. 4th down. Here's Trubisky. And that is going to be incomplete. John Fox displeased at how that turned out. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Play action. Cousins. He'll buy some time right. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Davis. They're able to get this one across the 35. The slot man in motion right. Play clock winding down. Play fake. Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Off the play fake, Cousins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. The swing pass caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
1st and goal, they'll look to smash it in. Maybe a quarterback sneak here. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Keith Marshall punching it in from a yard away. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Trubisky now off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. On the right side, this is Miller. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here.
On 1st down, Trubisky Flushed out right. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Now Trubisky to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked up a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it down. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. 24 yards. And the Bears cut into that lead. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And his kick is right through. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Throwing his Cousins.
So, Brandon, when this off...
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's brought in by Doctson. 30, 10, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Doctson, 85 yards. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
Let's go. Blue,
Trubisky with a give to Howard. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Trubisky will throw, escaping the pressure right. Looking for White on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And he's got Miller. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. He completes it right side to White. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now Trubisky on 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
He got 29 yards that time. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
They'll run with Marshall, and he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
They go play action. Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A good pickup there, a 22. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
On play action, they'll throw. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man. Complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That goes for a gain of 31. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. That's complete to White. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. They give him a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Throwing here, Trubisky. His throw caught right around the 6. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guy.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. In not great starting field position here for the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And some room to work. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. The offense on third down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. On the ground, it's Thompson. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Cousins here to throw. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Cousins looking for Pryor long. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And And they'll send the slot in motion left. They go with Howard to begin the drive. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ends up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And now a first down following that long gain. And the slot man goes in motion left. On first and goal, Howard. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They'll try again with Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. Play action. It's Trubisky. And hauled in by the tight end Miller. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth down. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Now it's Trubisky. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They gave it to him in search of his third touchdown, but he's denied. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. And here's Marshall. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Cousins to throw it, and that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have, it's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. The Skins going for it. Cousins looking for Pryor long. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terrell Pryor, 83 yards. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that. But there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
today to talk about how I feel. And I feel like that we are treated differently than other because of our